Hey everyone, welcome to The Creek. My name is Jared Miller and I'm the ministry lead here. One of the things that we've been passionate about here at The Creek since we started is being church, finding out what it means to be church for the secular age. The synthesis between people, place, and purpose. To this point, we've been looking at the story of Job through a largely humanistic and philosophical lens. We've been exploring this story, which has been, for the most part, a dialogue, and how it serves as a critique of the broader Hebrew wisdom tradition. And aside from the little apocalypse at the very beginning of the story, Job has been a book mostly concerned with and focused on talking about God, rather than talking for or to God. All of that changes as we enter the last few chapters of Job. We move out of a philosophical frame into one built on the very essence of revelation. We're told that suddenly there is a whirlwind and from it God begins to speak. So as we wrap up this series over the next couple of weeks, we're going to take a look at what God has to bring to this conversation. What he has to say about everything that's been going on around Job, around his accusers, and with the very world that God is now speaking into. This week, we're going to explore God's defense of the idea of goodness, and next week we'll pick up his idea of power. And then finally, we'll return God to a position of silence and ask what any of this really means. So, let's dig in. God's initial volley for Job to consider walks both he and us through a panoply of created things, and highlighting them in turn one by one shows how each carries the markings of its maker. Through joy, power, beauty, majesty, and elegance, God is deliberately flipping the script that the accusers have been concerned with. Sure, God makes no sense in light of evil, tragedy, and destruction, but neither does the absence of God make sense in a world of justice, beauty, truth, and love. The problem of pain that disproves the existence of God is undone by the problem of pleasure that proves the very opposite. Where the debate centers is precisely where God's whirlwind message tells us we need to move away from. Theodicy is too often a game of one-upsmanship, where humanity is another participant in a cosmic pro-con list, where one side claims that if there is no God, then justice, beauty, truth, hope are all thrown out the philosophical window. And the other side arguing that the qualities of evil are tangible and real, while the qualities of good are vague and esoteric. That everyone can look at an earthquake collapsing a church full of worshipers and decry it as a tragedy, but not everyone finds the same things beautiful or even good. Back and forth and back and forth the two sides go, always talking past each other, caught in a game of apologetics that the secular age is at best apathetic to and at worst antagonized by. God challenges us instead to be postmodern in our thinking and accept neither binary choice. That the goodness of God is manifested in the creation of the cosmos, and yet evil continues to exist as a real thing in the world. Because Job is not a book about proving or disproving a philosophical argument. It is a book about a God who is more complicated and multidimensional than the human mind can fathom. And yet God seems to be consistently insistent on telling the world that he created and there remains good in it. And that's where we'll pick up next week. So for now, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and do all the things that the algorithm loves, and most importantly, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Because we'll talk to you soon. All the best for now. Bye.